All right, last two problems for chapter 9. So the mean noise level of 20 areas designated as casualty doors with 63.1 dBA, standard deviation was 4.1. Mean noise level for 24 areas designed as operating theaters was 56.3, standard deviation was 7.5. So this is like in a hospital. They have different doors apparently. So anyway, it never says population in there. So that's why we know that we need to use our T chart instead of our D chart, Z chart. So step 1, mu1 is equal to mu2. H sub 1, it doesn't say any greater than, less than type thing, just difference. So mu1 is not equal to mu2. That's the one that it's asking us to conclude, so that's our claim. Step 2. Going to be a two-tailed test. Degrees of freedom is going to be, this one is 20, this one's 24, so 19. Remember, one less than your smaller sample size. So 2 tails, 0.05. 2 tails, 0.05 down to 19 gives me 2.093. And negative 2.093. Again, if you do not want to draw the picture, you can just put CV equals plus minus 2.093. Okay, so if you don't feel like drawing the picture, that's fine. You can just write that out. Step 3, t-score. So t equals, we have 63.1 minus 56.3. Again, technically minus 0. We don't need to do that. Square root of 4.1 squared over 20 plus 7.5 squared over 24. So type that all in. We should get 3.81. That's over here. So number 4, that means we need to reject our null hypothesis. So we're rejecting this one, meaning this one is true. So there is enough evidence to support the claim, or conclude if you want to use that instead. The reason I like to say support the claim is because that reminds me to write the word claim. So up to you. If you like conclude better, that's fine. So there is enough evidence to support the claim that the mean noise levels are different. All right, last one. Now they give you all the data and you get to do all the work yourself. So we're looking here to see the number of grams of carbs in a 1 ounce serving of chocolate and non-chocolate candy. We want to know if we can conclude that there is a difference in the number of grams of carbohydrates in 1 ounce serving of candy, which is never enough, but that's okay. So I'm going to call chocolate 1 and non-chocolate 2. So we need to find X bar 1, S1, we need to find X bar 2 and S2. So again, if you want to do that all by hand, you're more than welcome to, but I will show you again one more time how to do it in your calculator. You're going to hit Stat, Edit. I got a big list in there, so go up, clear, enter, it all goes away, and then you just enter it in. So 29, enter, 25, enter, keep going. Some people want to put 1 in list 1 and 1 in list 2. That doesn't really work because you have to have the same number of data values in each one in order to do it all together. So you're just going to want to do it each one separately. So 36, 41, 25, 32, 29, 38, 34, 24, 27, and 29. So you have all those in there. Stat, over to calculate, one variable statistics. So 29.7, we'll call that one. and S is 6.5. Remember to use S, not the sigma. All right. And N is 13. You can either count them or you can scroll down to find that. All right. So hopefully you're all right with that. And then do that again for the second set, the non-chocolate. You should get 34.4 for your mean, 11.2 for your standard deviation, and then there are 11 for your sample size. All right, once you have that, it's all the same. So step 1, your null hypothesis is that mu1 is equal to mu2. Null hypothesis is not equal to. They won't all be that way, just the 3 that I picked for the notes are. And it says, can we conclude that they're different? So that means this one's going to be our claim. Step 2, two-tailed test again. Your degrees of freedom is going to be 10. Our sample sizes are 13, 11. 11 is smaller, but again, you have to subtract 1. So this time it's 0.1. So 2 tails, 0.1 down to 10, 1.812. And negative 1.812. Step 3, t equals 29.7 minus 34.4, again minus 0, over the square root of 6.5 squared over 13 plus 11.2 squared over 11, negative 1.23. So again, that's going to be over here. So step 4 is do not reject h sub 0. So we don't reject, which means this one we think is true. So there is not enough evidence. To support the claim. That there is a difference. In the mean of grams of carbs in chocolate and non-chocolate candy. So basically it's all just good for you. Or maybe not, but that's okay. Okay, so there is chapter 9. Again, there will be practice in the folder in Canvas as well. And then we'll put it all together to get ready for your chapter 8 and 9 tests.